What's up, you guys? And welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. I am your host, KeKe Chanel. I'm an author, life coach, writing coach. I wear a lot of hats, y'all. But for this podcast, it is all about personal development. We talk about life, we talk about love, we talk about all the other shit. And today we're going to talk about adversity. Y'all make sure y'all give a warm welcome to my guest, KeKe. Thank you for kicking it with me tonight. How are you
Thank you for
doing?
having me. I'm doing
Absolutely.
great.
Great, great,
I'm
great.
doing great. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much. Look, it's been a long time coming, man. Long time
It
coming.
has.
So I like to give my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, and I'll do the same to you. Just go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you do.
I am KeKe. I am the CEO of KarmaparadiseLLC, Beauty and Fashion Bar. I am located in Grenada, Mississippi. I am an influencer. I specialize in natural hair. I'm a certified nail artist and promo queen. I put on for my entrepreneurs. I'm all about uplifting and motivating and just being that love and support that they might not get.
Mm-hmm. Listen, that I love the resume. You wear a lot of hats. You wear them well. We love you. We love you. We love you. Look, Carmen, I connected a couple months ago through the Rich
Yeah.
Auntie, and we just been
Yes.
rocking and rolling with each other ever since. And it's amazing to meet people that's like-minded, that has a heart like Karma and Kay, I should say. But yeah, like everybody just love you, love you, love you, and keep being you, keep inspiring, keep uplifting, and keep being that safe space for entrepreneurs and other people that may not have it, because I realized that everybody doesn't have that safe space. So kudos and
Oh
congrats and all
yeah,
that stuff to you.
definitely. Thank you. I needed a me when I started out, so it was
Yes,
only right that I do it up.
absolutely. So today's topic is called Shining Through Adversity. And I wanted you to come on to share what you experienced a couple of weeks ago. And we'll get into it a little bit, because as an entrepreneur in life general, adversity will come. And I do believe that it's all about our mindset of how we overcome it or go through it. Some people get stuck in it, but we just cannot afford to get stuck in adversity. So anyone who is listening right now, what can you tell people about facing adversity when it comes to just life in general?
Be in your feelings, but keep moving. Don't stay there. Don't dwell on what's going on, because if you do, you'll still be sitting there. Had I just stayed stuck, I'd still be boohooing and crying about losing my page. I'd
Right.
still be. I wouldn't be any further than where I would have been. So keep pushing. Like keep pushing. That's the best advice. Just keep pushing. It's not gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be moments to where you like, I don't even know why I'm even bothering. But in that moment, just put that thought to the back of your head and keep pushing.
Yeah, I mean, because you
Trust the
can't.
process.
Right, exactly. And I was just about to say, you can't just you got to trust the process, and you can't just waddle in it. Like, you have to make sure that you dust yourself out and try again. As long as you're alive and you're doing something to work on your purpose or operating your purpose, adversity will come. And it's just like what you
Absolutely.
said. I mean, be in your feelings, but shake them off at the same time. Like, process it, take what you need from it, and keep it pushing. And so, you said a little something a few minutes ago. I mean, a few seconds ago about your page being lost. So that's a good segue into the next point I wanted to talk about, for everyone who's listening. Kay is an influencer on Instagram as well as TikTok. She has thousands of followers, and she was monetized, and recently her page got hacked. Talk to listeners about how that experience was for you.
It was awful. Like, I'm still trying not to cry because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get my payment yesterday, which I kind of had already prepared myself for with the page being gone, but I was just really fingers crossed, like, please had to change my payment out so that I could still get my money. So I'm in my feelings today. I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
lie, I'm in my feelings today behind that, because I was, even though I had it in my mind it wasn't coming yesterday, I was, when I logged onto my Regions account, I was hoping to, have seen that money there, because
Right.
I still haven't been able to get anybody from Instagram or Facebook or Meta for that
Mm-hmm.
purpose. So it was difficult. It was difficult. Like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Like, we work so hard on our pages, and some more than others, because if you're on here just, just to be social and, you don't really have a business or anything behind it, it doesn't mean much. But for me, it was like everything, because I worked hard to get to that 10K to be monetized.
Right.
And even if people weren't going to the website to shop, or, even if they weren't, doing anything, just liking, commenting, sharing, tagging people was getting me paid, through Instagram.
Right.
And so when I lost my page, that's what I lost. I lost income, a part of my income. But the simple fact that I've made sure that I've spread myself across all of my platforms, and then I have my Karma magazine, and of course I have my email and in my text alert, list. That kind of helped me get through it for the most part, because when I say my supporters, they just as much love and support that I'm giving into them, they poured it right back into me. And that's what really helped me get along these past few weeks, because had it not been for that, I probably would have still been
under the sofa somewhere else. Yes.
Crying. Yeah. I would have just been AWOL. I wouldn't even have came back, but I knew I could either make an excuse or find a way.
Right.
And so I figured out a way. I jumped on an old page. It was for the nails. Before I was on one platform, I had 6 different platforms just on Instagram alone. So I just jumped on the next biggest page. Let my folks know, hey, we over here, report this page. This is where we at. Let's get it, because I do virtual events. So I don't have, I really didn't have time to just sit and just waddle in my feelings. So it was just, I had a good 5 days where I literally do nothing but cry like all day long, and that was it. Like, I still got to keep pushing. Like, I still got,
I mean, because you have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, you have a lot of stuff going on. So you couldn't. I mean, and it's kind of bad. It's a catch-22, because although you wanted to stay in it, you know that you couldn't stay in it, because you got people that depend on you, and it's your livelihood. You have a brand that you're building and stuff like that. And so I'm glad that you overcome and you shine through that adversity, because when I saw that page, I was like, wait a minute, that's Karma, but that ain't her page. Let me see what's going on. And so what you did was you liked a couple of pictures and stuff. So I was like, okay, so that's her. And I was like, is that you?
I had folks blocking me thinking I was just, a bot, or somebody else, spammers. So it was hard starting out, because like a lot of people didn't catch on to what was going on, and they were still on the other page. And I had just that morning, I had posted up the message that I had received. So when I said these folks, like, it seemed so legit. Be careful. Like, at this point, me knowing that I haven't been able to even get in touch with anybody, I'm gonna say, if you receive anything, just
don't click
let it go.
Don't
do anything, because I am having the hardest time, and it's been 3 weeks, and I still have not got hold of anybody. And this is, a app that pays me, so you would think that I would have that. I would be able to get in touch with somebody, because you're sending out a check every month,
right?
So you would think that, you would have something in place to where if I needed some assistance,
somebody
there.
Would be there, right?
And it hasn't been that. So I can honestly say, if you receive anything and it's claiming to be Instagram or Meta, because it came through Meta, which is over Instagram and Facebook. And when I say these people that have gotten, they have gotten to where it looked legit. Like, I literally thought I was logging into Instagram, and once I did that, it was over with. Like, it was gone before I could even get that 2-step factor and those recovery codes. Like, everything had been changed already, and it was just over with.
And see, that's how adversity happens. It comes in so fast, and it throw you for a loop, and you like in panic mode, like, what should I do? What should I do? And I'm not trying to have you relive everything, but just tell the listeners a little bit about what happened, because as you said, the hackers were so good at their job, you thought for sure that you were talking to somebody from Meta. Like, tell us a little bit about how that went for you.
So that morning when I had got on Instagram, I had received, I always check my messages first, because I do have some people that, they'll send a message and it might be of importance. So, I got to weed through, messages.
Right.
And so I had seen the message from Meta, and I'm like, okay, click on here and, see what this is. And so it was basically saying that my account had been reported a numerous amount of times, and they were undergoing a suspension of my page. So in my head, I'm like, hold up, what? This is, it's my income. What you mean? Who's reporting my page? Like, what's going on? And there's been a lot of stuff going, on the, you get trolls at every level of the game.
Right.
So there's been a lot going on, customer, bullying, stuff like that. So I initially was thinking it was just, somebody really, messing with me. They were really reporting my page for whatever, the case may have been. And so it was stating that in order to, I would have to appeal in order to keep my page. And I had, 48 hours to do so.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, okay, I can't lose my page. I got, promos I got to run. I got, my own business, I got to promote. I can't do with this. Right. So I clicked the link and it took me out to WhatsApp. So initially my antennas was going off because I'm like, hold on. Why would they be sending me to, WhatsApp? And so as soon as I got in on WhatsApp, I had got a message and they were claiming that they were, an agent, through Meta. And they, they had a whole little title and everything. And that if I wanted to appeal, I'd have to appeal in Instagram. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So they had a link that you click within that message. And so when you click on that, it takes you to what appeared to be Instagram login. So ask for my username, ask for my password. So I keyed in my username, I keyed in my password, I hit log in, and it took me to another screen, which I assume I'm in Instagram. I'm thinking I'm in Instagram. It's asking for my email address, my phone number, my name, and it was one something else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was something else it was asking. I had 4 different things I had to answer in order for them to accept the appeal.
Right.
The appeal.
Right.
So, I click submit and, it takes me to another screen. It's like, okay, we've received your appeal request. Your request number is, yada, yada, yada.
Yes.
You'll get an email within 24 hours. So I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe a minute or so later, I get an alert that somebody is trying to log into my account from California. So I clicked, it wasn't me, and it took me to changing my password. So it asks for the old password and the new password, and to confirm the new password. So I keyed in the old password, I keyed in a new password, I keyed in a new password. I hit go on, and it's telling me my old password is incorrect. Wow. I'm like, what?
Just that quick.
I change my passwords every few months. So I'm knowing it was maybe just a month ago that I had just recently changed it. So I'm like, nah, this is the password. So I'm doing it again. And it's still telling me that my password is incorrect. So I'm like, nah, this ain't right. So now I'm starting to panic because I'm like, why is it telling me my password is incorrect? Meanwhile, I'm getting alerts from Google Gmail, from Instagram. So I'm like, what? So now I done got up off here. I'm in, my Gmail account, and I can't even understand what the emails are saying. It's in a completely different language, but I can tell that my phone number has been changed to a different number. My email address has been changed to a different number. My password has been changed. And I mean, they're coming in like
real quick,
back seconds of each other. So I'm like, somebody's hacking my page. So now I'm trying to jump back over to Instagram. I'm trying, I'm in my email, I'm in Instagram, I'm in the email, letting them know that this wasn't me. What can I do to fix this? And they send me to a fax page.
Wow.
No help at all.
No help.
So I'm like, okay. I called Bray because I know he does text. I'm like, maybe he can help. So I'm calling him up. I'm hysterical at this point. I'm like, somebody's hacking my page like right now. Like, I gotta get back in my page, or I don't even know if I'm able to get back in. Like, I gotta get back in. He's like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I can't help. Like, if they change their, if they changing everything already, like, they're already in.
They're already
I
in
can't
there.
even do about that. So I'm like, dang, okay. So, I call my mom, her husband, he does tech services too. So, like, we're really trying to double team on getting my page back because I'm not getting anywhere. I'm like, okay, hold on. I have recovery codes. I had a screenshot when I, when I did my factory, my 2-step factoring. So I'm scrolling through a thousand pictures, y'all.
Right.
On my phone to get to this screenshot. So I get to that. I've keyed in all 8 codes and they're not taking any of them. So I'm like, okay, they've had to change the recovery codes too.
Right. That was
so
quick.
I was just, at this point, I'm just, I'm just in tears. Like, I'm
Mhm.
just heart-wrenching cries. Like, you would have thought somebody had died over here because I was just
I mean, I
delirious.
get it though, because you have been working this long for to build that audience, and then you monetize, and then you're a careful person, and they portraying who you thought was Meta and Instagram. So I get it. I get, man, I probably would have been the same way. If not, I'd have called all y'all. I'd have called all my circle, like, look, y'all gonna have to pray for me or
Man,
something.
man, it was rough. It was rough, and like in the back of my head, I knew I had to figure I had to figure out what my next step was going to be because I'm
Right.
like, look, you have other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Let everybody know what's going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
instantly sent out a message to my email list and my text messaging list, letting them know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent everybody to my personal page at that point because I didn't know what I was really finna do at the moment. I just knew I had to let my people know what was
What
going
was going
on
on? Right.
to report the page for me because I have no access to it. And then my main thing at that point was all of my business information, all of my banking information, everything is tied to
Tied to
this
that page.
page.
Yeah.
And so I was steadily sending out emails. Like I was like every 5 seconds sending out emails, like, please get back in touch with me. Somebody hacked my page. I'm monetized through you guys. All of my business information is on this page. All of my banking information is on this page. Since my banking was really just for that, that purpose of Instagram paying me, I had left it alone because it was locked on my end. And I knew that with it being locked, I can only unlock it through the app. I had literally went to the branch a while back. I couldn't get in to the online banking for whatever reason, and my card was locked, so I couldn't use the card because it was
It
locked
was
within
locked
the
on.
app.
Mhm.
And so when I went to the bank, they're like, "Oh, well, we can't do that. We're gonna have to figure out how to get you back into your app because we don't have anything to do with that. If you locked it in the app, you have to unlock it within the app." So
Right.
I knew that with the card being locked, there wasn't nothing they can do with the card information, even if they
Mhm.
were to
To get
hack
in there
that
some
too.
kind of way. Right.
So I left it open because I was really hoping that when the 21st hit, my payout would come because I'm still owed that
Mm.
payout for May.
Right.
So fingers was crossed, but when did nothing come through yesterday, I was like, yeah, they probably changed that too, and they got all my little money, so that's gone.
Yeah.
So it's just it's been a journey the
Yes.
last few weeks,
Listen.
but
But you shining through it though. You shine through it. You didn't allow it to keep you stagnant and down for too long because you immediately got on it. Like when I first heard about the story when you shared it, I was like, well, dang, you got hacked, but I knew that it was your other page to go ahead and follow you and stuff like hours later. So you were on it, whereas I probably would have been still like trying to say, I need to go and find Instagram and talk to somebody in person, like for real. And
look, because it's crazy. Like their customer service, crappy,
right. And they're too big of a
crappy.
you too big of a platform and you make too much money to have no customer service. At least hire 5 people. You can hire people and they can work remotely just to have a person that someone can speak with for help in situations like this.
Yeah,
So,
because when I've been reporting that page every day,
mhm.
maybe
And
10,
and it's
15
funny
times
that you
throughout the
say
day,
that.
and it's still up.
It's still up. Like
But
I saw it come across my
yeah,
feed the other day. And I'm like, wait a minute, did she get her page back? And I'm like, nah, because I went and looked and I was like, nah, the last post, dodge, that ain't her. So I reported it again. I didn't block the page
appreciate
because I
it.
want to see what they got going on the page, just to
Yeah,
be your
me
eyes and
too.
ears. So I didn't block it, but I did report
Yeah,
it again. So, just listeners, listen, make sure you have backups and make sure that you're leery about certain things. Trust that gut. Tell listeners about that gut feeling, to trust that gut feeling.
yes, trust it. Because had I went with that first antenna, that first red flag when it took me out of Instagram and so WhatsApp, because I don't have WhatsApp, so I literally had to download WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
in order
Yeah, I
to
don't have it
message
either.
who I thought was folks from Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
just to be hacked, like literally moments later.
Right.
So had I went with that first insight, and like I said, I'm usually on it. Like
Yeah.
I restrict and block like it's nothing to it. Like anytime I even suspect that you not up to par. You gone. I ain't got time for it.
Right.
So I'm like, man, ain't no way they got me like this. Cause like I'm always on it, but when I say it looks so legit, it looked so legit. Had I thought that I wasn't really in Instagram, I would have never been giving out my information like that. I would have never jeopardized my page like that. Right. Knowing that, this is a platform I get paid from. Had this just been, had I not been getting paid, it would be like, okay, whatever, it's another page. I got 5 more of those. We jumping on another page. It is what it is. But I mean, I was actually getting paid. I knew my business, was tied to that. And, they have all of that information. So right. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's crazy. Just make sure you across different platforms. These platforms are not ours. They don't have a customer service number you can call. They don't have a person. You got an email and they're probably not even checking that, or they're probably getting so many emails to where it might not even be going through. I don't know at this point, because I know I've sent 1,000 emails within the last 3 weeks. Right. And nothing has been answered. Like, y'all should be sick of seeing emails from me and nothing has been answered. I haven't received anything back. Nothing.
Wow. And so it's just how life can just throw you curveballs, but you have to be able to either move out the way from them or just face them head on. And you face it head on and you shining through it, like I said. And so kudos to you, Karma, like for real, because you being the person that you are, I know that there's strength even when you don't feel like you have it. But yeah, you have it.
That was definitely a test, because I really felt like, because not even a week later, my Facebook page went down. They reported my logo. Wow. Going against terms and services. And I emailed them back from that email. I'm like, look, I've been reaching out to y'all for the last 3 weeks about my page being hacked. And y'all sending me a notification in Facebook about my logo that I created. Right. How can it possibly going against terms and service? Like, that made no sense to me. And my mom, she was on, and I guess she was trying to get onto the page, and she's like, I can't get on your page. And I'm like, what? And sure enough, when I get on there, it's completely gone. I was like, okay. And I was like, Mom, I'm already working on getting, my Instagram page back so where I had it at. I don't even have the energy for Facebook. Like, I'll post on my personal page. I'm sending everybody, to the new Instagram page. I'm sending them to the other platforms. I'm telling them, look, get on this email list, get on this text message list. I cannot control these platforms. Right. And if something like this was to happen again, I can't even say I'm coming back to the platform at this point.
And that's what I was just about to say.
You're on these lists, because I mean, we put in so much work. It's not easy building up a page, and I'm starting all over from scratch. And sure enough, the bulk of my real supporters, they followed me. They did. Right. So I still do have that engagement. My reach is far above what it even was on the other page. So, my reach went down for, a couple weeks. We went from 45K down to 40, and now we're back at 47.5K. So I'm almost pushing 50K people between all of my platforms, including the current Instagram page. So when I say I'm elevating, but it's been a process doing that. And like I said, had I just stayed put and just dwelled in what I was going through at the moment, I wouldn't be able to tell you that. I'd still be probably reach dwindling, and would be going on, and it would just be a whole more, more chaotic than what it already was.
Right. They always have a calm before the storm, and then the storm happens, but it's I think it all works together to test your elevation, to test how you're going, get out of some certain situations, because adversity comes every day, whether we're prepared for it or not. But I think that, it goes back to what you said earlier, how you handle that. Like, you can be in your feelings, work through that, process them, but then just get up and do something, because laying there is not an option, especially when you're building a brand and a business. And speaking of brands and businesses, you got a lot of hats in the fire, man. You got a lot of stuff going on.
I do.
Give us a breakdown of what Karma's Paradise LLC does. Like, tell us about all of the tiers that you have going on?
Woo. So I have a lot of tiers. I have a bunch of different tiers. I've been in business. I launched February 7th, 2019. So it's been a little over 3.5 years I've been in business. When I initially started, it was my growth cocktail that I started with. Let me see if I got one. Look, they don't have labels on them, but the growth cocktail, mine is in the bathroom. Look, I was re-moisturizing last night. But it started with the growth cocktail. I suffered from postpartum hair shedding, and it was awful. Like, I really thought I was gonna be bald headed. It was a lot to deal with, being a new mom to a newborn, and then my hair is falling out like just, and it was just so much. It was just like, ain't no way I'm losing this much hair.
Right.
And so that started me on, a journey to, transition into going back to my natural roots. And then after I couldn't really, cut back the two different textures, I was like, okay, we're gonna big chop. And that brought on a different level of trust in the process, because now I done cut off all my hair. I got this much hair and it's ugly, it's dry. So now I gotta go back to the drawing board and figure it out, because I didn't take a product junkie along the way. I'm just buying stuff because other people are saying it's working, and none of it's working for me.
Right.
And so I'm still having to go back to this drawing board. And once I had it figured out, I'm like, okay, woo, look at this growth. I got it, and so I was like, you got to do something with this. Like, there's other people struggling with the same thing. You gotta get this out here. I'm like, Mom, this is something that I DIY. They can do this. And they're like, but you already have it done. Why make somebody go through the process you had to do it? You already got it done. And so,
and you can get paid for it.
Initially, I was thinking, okay, that makes sense, but still, why would somebody buy something that they can do this themselves? It just didn't make sense to me at first. But her mindset was like, no, you got something, you got a gold mine here, and you are sleeping on yourself. And so she really pushed me doing it. So when I first launched, it was the growth cocktail, my lip gloss, and my lashes. That's what I launched with. And then over time, I've added the press-on nails. I've added the business services, the virtual events, pop-up shops, the Karma Party on Fridays, where entrepreneurs can come on, have fun, play games, win stuff, promote their businesses, gain new boss besties, just engagement and networking. Like, that's how you grow.
Right.
That's how you grow. That's the key.
Absolutely. Networking. Like, hands down.
That's the key. Like, there's nothing else. You can't get around it. You have to be able to network at some point within your business. And the earliest that you do it, the better. Had I known this key 3.5 years ago, I'd be even further than where I am today.
Right.
But the simple fact that I've been the last couple years just strictly networking, that's what I've been able to grow from. And if I can do it, we all can do it.
Right.
I'm not no networking pro. I'm not no marketing pro. I suck at sales, but look, I take what I learn. I'm like a little sponge. I take bits and pieces of what I learn, and I apply pressure to it. And look, it's either going to work or it's not going to work. And, it's a risk. Either way it goes, it's a risk. If it works, yay, keep applying pressure, because that's working, and that's going to elevate. If it's not working, drop it like it's hot and keep it moving. That's it. That's all.
And see, listen, that personality, man, like, your personality is golden. So people buy from who they like. People buy from who they like.
They do.
So, the fact that, I've been on a few lives with you, and we've built that, camaraderie and rapport, and I consider you as family. Like, we're sisterhood.
Yes,
we die for each other, for real.
Yes.
So had you not had that personality, and we kind of gelled like that, we probably wouldn't be connected. So personality plays a big part when it comes to networking and growing your business, as well as whatever else you're trying to do. You could be a musician, you could be an artist, you could be an author, whatever. Let people know how relatable you are. Don't be so stuck up or stuck in the mud where you lose yourself and you lose out on people supporting you because you won't let anybody in. That is
Absolutely.
huge.
It is.
So Karma parties are on Friday nights on Instagram. What time do they start?
We start at 8 o'clock. and we go till 10, and then I do an uncensored talk from 10 until, sometimes our games run into uncensored talk, which is fine. Look, we don't stop the party until,
So somebody pass out, I'm telling you.
Yep. Yeah, but you are guaranteed to have a good time. We play different games. I'm always thinking of a different game to play. I let you guys pick. Look, everybody has been giving me suggestions, and I take that and I run with it. I let somebody come up and co-host with me, so they get the whole entire night to promote their business like clockwork.
Right.
It doesn't cost anything. It's just free to come out and have a good time. It's really like it's a party, like for real.
And get guys, the good thing about it is you don't have to leave your home
at all. It's all virtual.
It's all virtual.
You can reach some everywhere. I always ask that people drop their names and their locations just to see where all we're reaching at. We've had people from Jamaica in the room, Canada, Toronto,
the UK, yeah.
The UK. So it's not even just subject to the United States. They could be from anywhere. And you could really be making connections with these people, because I'm always asking that people follow each other and they actually engage and mingle with each other, because I know that's what helps us to grow. And if if our communities are overlapping each other, we're just making one great big community.
Absolutely.
And that's more people that's going to show love and support. So you definitely you want to join. If you haven't been to one, get in on
one. Missing out, man.
You're missing out. You're missing out. Because I wish I had been doing this on the last page. I think that would have been awesome. But I had so much going on. But look, everybody was like, you got to get you a day in. You gotta do something. So I was like, bet, I'll go ahead and I'll get something.
Right. Absolutely. So tell people, the listeners in today, how they can connect with you.
So Linktree /KeKe, that's going to be where everything is housed at. You're going to see all of my links for all of my platforms, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Just click the logo at the top and it'll take you right to my page. Underneath that, you can send donations, you can shop the website. You can shop by category within that. I got everything all pretty, whether it's the hair care, press-ons, Karma gloss, Karma lashes. Like you get everything right there. And then I'm looking for brand influencers. You can be your own boss, set your own time, make your own money. Join the money team. Look, we making money. All you have to do is promote the services or the products, whichever one works for you. If you're into beauty and you want to do the lip gloss or the lashes, run with that. I help. We have our own personal group chat, so I send content through there. Anybody that's created their own content around whichever product or services, it's there to be used. The virtual events, everybody loves, support with the virtual events. They already know they're gonna, get to play some games. They're gonna get to win some stuff. So they don't promote nothing else. They promote those virtual events, and I love it. So definitely, we putting people in a position so where they can work for themselves.
Right, absolutely. I love that. So what's next for Karma's Babe? Like what's next for Karma? I mean, you got to talk about Karma's Babe for a minute though. Like the magazine, you got to talk about that a little bit, because we got a partnership coming. We ain't gonna tell them right now, but we got a partnership coming. So tell about the magazine. How did Karma's Babe come about?
So after the outage that we had from Instagram, I don't know if all of you guys remember, but Instagram and Facebook went down for almost a whole, I think it was 12 hours they went down, and couldn't nobody access neither one of the apps. So after that, I'm like, we need something that's ours. Even though I had my email list and my text list, I knew I needed something to where I could house Karma's Paradise and my promotions, because with that day I lost some money that day too, because I'm like, folks that pay for promotions and I can't even promote them on these two platforms here. So I needed something that I could house all of KP's products and services. So I had been talking with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I need something that is mine, that I don't know how to put together an app. I'm not, that's not in my lane. That's not my
I bet you could do it though. I
that
bet you if you put your mind to it, you
mine.
could do it.
I probably could, but I don't know. Look, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. I'm not even gonna say that's not done, but that's a good idea.
Right.
So I knew I needed something that was gonna be my own, something that I would have total control over. That no matter what else was going on in the world, no matter what platforms failed, I'd have something that was mine. And Karma Babe magazine is that. It is my own magazine. Whatever it is that I want in the magazine it's in the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I've had several different, entrepreneurs reaching out and they're like, well, how we get on and, what's it based on? And I let them, I base it around whatever is being promoted in the magazine. So if I got, let's say I had a skincare business and they're like, well, we want to, do some promotion to Karma Babe magazine. Guess what y'all getting? Y'all getting a Scare King routine in there. Y'all getting some blog posts to go along with that. And then you'll get the promo. You'll see their promo. You'll see their business and you'll be able to go shop with them and go see, what they got going on their platforms. And so I love the fact that, not only can I make it work to where, it's housed, Karma's Paradise, and you guys get to see, the insides of what's going on with Karma's Paradise, where it's, this, specific product or this service, because I can't post everything in one day, but I know in that magazine, it's got everything there. So I can just like, hey, you want to know what's going on with Karma Babe magazine? Look at the magazine, because it's free, y'all. It's free. Go get your magazine. There's no exceptions. Go
listen,
get it.
Y'all, listen. Let me tell y'all this right here. It's free right now, but it won't be for long. How about that? It's free right now, but it won't be for long. So y'all go ahead and get Karma's magazine, Karma Babe magazine, y'all. If you go to her Linktree, KeKe, it'll take you to the link. And I will have all of that listed in the description box. So you don't have an excuse not to get on board. I'm telling you, because when you ain't gonna be able to, when you can't get a copy of this magazine, just say KeKe told us.
Yep, so did. Because look, I want to. The future for it is I want it to be in stores, and with that, it's gonna come a price. So right now, I can offer it free because the sponsors that are backing the Karma Babe magazine has paid for it to strictly be, exclusively free for everybody right now. So
absolutely, that's awesome.
Like KeKe said, is for right now. Right now, it's a free download. You can download it on any device, laptop, cell phone, tablet, whatever it is that you have. I have customers that go get it printed out so that they can actually have a copy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no excuse.
Yes.
No excuses.
No excuses. Like, we don't deal in excuses at Kicking It with KeKe with no excuses. Listen. And so with that being said, on a personal note, I like to ask my guests this just to see what you're going to say. If your now self could tell your younger self about shining through adversity, what would you say?
Oh, that's a good one. I actually feel like I handled myself quite well.
You did.
So I'm gonna just let my past self know. First of all, kudos.
Yes.
pat on the back because you did good. But definitely just make sure you keep them antennas up. Make sure you on it. Like even when you think you on it, and it's always gonna be something that's gonna catch you. I got caught up.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to that first antenna, and it costed me a lot behind that. So I would definitely say, keep those antennas up. If you get the slightest feeling like, nah, this ain't right, or this don't seem right, trust that.
Absolutely.
Run with it. Go with it.
I love that. So, Kay, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for kicking it with KeKe today. It is always a pleasure to be in your presence. Keep shining because it is glowing and it's touching people all over the world. And I know it's only going to go further. It's going to go even higher. So just stay consistent and be you, because like I said, your personality is golden. People love Karma, and that's only going to get even bigger as you maneuver through your purpose. So
absolutely.
What other closing remarks would you like to tell listeners today before we go ahead and get off of here?
Yeah, I tap into the Karma Babe experience. I try to make it a great experience for everybody. I listen to everybody's thoughts and opinions, everybody's feedback. no matter how big, how small, whether it's, criticism, I take everybody's thoughts into consideration. I'm the queen bee, but I do take everybody's, thoughts in consideration. And I pay that forward, and I like for everybody just to uplift each other. It's so much going on in the world around us.
Right.
It makes no sense for us to be in competition with each other. So definitely collaboration over competition. That's something I'm always, promoting and letting everybody know, like, that's what you need to do. You got to be willing to collaborate. You never know what person can put you in a room that you wouldn't even have been in had they not put you in that room. And I strive to do that on a daily. And I do it for the free at that. So there's no excuses. If you come across some information, it can help somebody else, pay that forward.
Right.
It's not gonna dim your light to light somebody else's light. They might be burnt out. They might need your light to see their way.
Right.
Be that light.
Right.
And show them the way.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. Again, I thank you. I appreciate you for coming to Kickin with me today. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited about where the future is gonna go. Look, I want to tell them about our project, but we're gonna have to keep that a secret. We're gonna keep it a secret. So y'all have to stay tuned. Y'all have to go on over and make sure that y'all support Karma's Paradise LLC, KeKe. And then y'all have to tune in to Kickin with KeKe. So to see what's going on, we have a collab coming. So y'all make sure y'all stay up in the know with that. That being said, you guys have been listening to another episode of Kickin' It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. Until next time, make sure that you continue to shine through that adversity, because it will come. Is how you handle it is what matters. All right, y'all. Bye.